Hi, welcome to Campaign Codex. We've got a big lot of changes in this update, so I will try and keep this video uh, organized into sections. So we will kick off with probably the most anticipated update to this, and here we've got a nice little general store with an inventory. So we've had some big changes to kind of how the economy and inventory works within Campaign Codex. So here you will see that we've got a nice update to the inventory tab. You can kind of we'll see that all of these are organized by item type. You can collapse them out, and you can also filter out the items. Here you will also see that you can toggle the quantities to an infinite amount, and you can send the item to a player, much like before, but here you can filter the characters if you've got a big long list, and you'll notice a deduct funds from the actor. So when you send it, you can have funds from that actor's character sheet be removed. The compatible systems at the moment are D&D 5e, Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition, Fallout, Shadowrun, Shadowdark, SWADE, and SFRPG. So when you do that, funds will be pulled off their character sheet and the item will be sent to them. If they don't have enough money, a little pop-up will come up letting you know. And again, you can toggle that to loot mode and the like as well. The other big feature is if we jump over to the player view, so they've got access to Barthen's provisions as well, so they're browsing the inventory, and you'll notice got this nice little coin here. And this guy's only got one hunting trap, perhaps he needs another, so he's going to click on it and purchase it. And funds will be automatically deducted from his character sheet. A little whisper to the GM will come up letting you know that a player has purchased something. And you can disable player purchasing in the settings if you don't want your players to be able to purchase things automatically. And you'll notice that the hunting trap disappeared. Items with a 0 quantity will not be visible to the player. So let's jump into widgets, which have had the existing ones have had a bit of a tinker with to improve them, and there are a bunch of new widgets. You will notice here we've already got one, and that's one of the big changes is you can now have widgets on the information tab, and you can switch it from above or below the text on the information tab. But this widget here, the restock table, which is the merchant counter, you can take a roll table which contains items and drag it onto this widget, and it will add it. And then you can click on this multiplier or right click to reduce it. And then you can roll the tables individually or roll them all together, and the inventory will be restocked from those tables. Sticking with the kind of linking tables and the like, we've got a roll table widget, and we've also got a macro widget as well. So the macro widget, I kind of find it helpful. I've got like some atmospheric image scenes, and rather than creating like 20 scenes with 20 different images, I usually use like a macro to swap out the image. So it's handy if I'm like sitting in Barthen's provisions and I've got an atmospheric image I like to use this for it. I can just drag have that written as a macro telling it what image to swap it out to, and I can kind of click it from the sheet. And again, you can like add several macros and just have them all available. The Roll table 1 is just being able to add as many roll tables as you want and just rolling them like as per a normal roll table. It'll pop up in chat. So they're all quite handy, just like quick little shortcuts to things that you might need. We can jump over to our reputation tracker kind of suite of widgets. So we've got the reputation tracker, we've got a reputation tracker scale, and an extended reputation tracker. So the relationship tracker scale, you can add as many kind of characters as you want onto here, and you can keep a track of it as kind of a scale. There's a kind of no numerical value visible to this, so it's just purely visual. The extended version is you can have it with this kind of numerical value added, and then you've got this tracker here which kind of anchors itself to the bottom of the sheet, and you can add or remove the relationship kind of value to that. And if you're running D&D 5e, you can link this to the NPC loyalty if you've got it turned on the sheets. So those are our reputation tracker, relationship tracking stuff. We've also got progress clocks, which you can, these are kind of clocks for tracking the progress of something, or you wanted to count down to something, kind of left click, right click, add and remove. You can set the number of divisions in the clock. And then we can move on to the integration with mini calendar. So if you're using my mini calendar mod, I've integrated a few widgets into that. So we can go ahead and say, we'll grab the mini calendar forecast. And you'll see here that it's pulled in the forecast for the next 5 days. And you get a nice little display if you're wanting to, if you've got a notice board or something, and you want your players to be able to see, I don't know, the weather, it's easy enough to do there, or if you just want to be able to keep track of it in a nice, easy way. We've also got mini calendar events, which will show up events for the next week. So that depends on your calendar. This calendar's got a week of 10 days. If your week is only 5 days long, it will only show for the next 5 days. And you'll notice this is kind of tiling real nicely. We've got a kind of setting on some widgets. You can determine the min and kind of max width that it's going to take on your sheet, so they can tile up nicely. So if we get rid of this progress clock, for example, you'll see these two kind of tile nicely next to each other. And then the last mini calendar widget is the timeline. So you will see it goes nice little timeline of all the events happening on the calendar. You can zoom in and out and hover over to see if there is any information or notes added to them. And you can also filter out. You can filter out recurring, and you can filter out by the event type. And this is persistent on the sheet, so you can have sheets showing different sets of filters as well. And you can zoom in with the mouse wheel or these icons here. The last big widget change is the image gallery. And here you can select images, and it will create a little 4x4 grid of, 4 wide grid of images, and can just automatically populate that out. And you can click on an image as you can normally, and you can show it to your players. But a nice little way to have a bunch of images at hand, or maybe you've got a little gallery that you want your players to see. With tags, we might as well jump on into our table of contents. And this is a little bit of a facelift, but the big change is here on this tab sheet. You will now notice you got this nice little tag cloud, and you can go ahead and click on a tag and see all the members. You can exclude other tags or include them and see where kind of overlaps are. And you can hide sheets as per normal. If you show a sheet, players are going to get a little pop-up noting that they've got a little sheet that's been shared with them. So it's a nice little quality of life. And then we can also like jump out to the sheets, the tag sheets from here as well, which you will notice look a little bit different. So let me grab here. Overland travel is the old tag sheet view, so quite different. And you'll notice when you open up your tag sheets, they'll still be in this old version, but you can go ahead and migrate them by clicking on this little tag button at the top of the sheet. These will function fine. You are going to miss out on a little bit of functionality if you don't update your sheets, but it is not a forced update at all. So if you click on this button, it will just migrate everything into the new tag sheet, and you've got these kind of tabs down the side, which are the normal, as you can see on a normal sheet. And then you've got down here on the left hand side panel, you've got all the members from within the tag. And you also notice here that we've got a group which has been tagged, which is a nice little update. You can now tag groups, and you can also drop scenes to groups and have scenes linked off to the groups. Another big change to the kind of functionality of sheets. We'll just jump back into old Bartram. He seems to be the one I pick on a lot. These cards that you normally get for locations or regions or NPCs, you can now drag these around as if they were a normal journal. So you could like drop it to your macro, drop it to the sheet as a map note, or you can like go ahead and kind of link to another sheet. So perhaps we'll go and we'll grab open a location, say Leylon, and no NPCs here. So you can drag and drop these as you normally would a journal. We will also jump on to here we'll grab this overland travel one. When you go ahead and you've always been able to kind of convert your sheets, but now when you go ahead and convert a sheet, you're going to get the option whether or not you want to do like data conversion of the sheet as well. And because there's not necessarily one-for-one conversions between Campaign Codex sheet types, you're going to get this little pop-up telling you that you're potentially going to lose data if you want to do the data conversion. I recommend you do it just to so you don't get kind of weirdness down the track. But you can click no, and it will just still turn that sheet into whatever kind of sheet you want. But then you're going to have this kind of weird ghost data sitting in the background that might behave a little bit strangely. And if there's no data loss that's going to happen when you do the conversion, you're not going to get the pop-up. It's just going to convert it normally. So jumping onto the UI UX side of things, we've had a big change with the theming. Has had a substantial improvement. We fully support light and dark modes. If you jump into The theming, you'll also notice that you can override the light or dark mode depending on what you're going to set for your theme colors. You might need to run that out. If you've got Foundry set to dark mode, but you're running a very light theme, you might need to change that. And you can also put a background image. You can set the opacity and the like for that. So that theme's got a nice little background image, and all the theming's going to be updated. Kind of the other changes in this space are a nice little collapsible sidebar, which you will notice our tabs move out to the side, and that is also available on the group sheets as well. You can get the full window real estate by collapsing out your sidebar. And we've moved a lot of the kind of hover over buttons and stuff into context menus. So for example, changing the image is now like a right click to get into that. And also for our scene configuration, you can right click here. You can actually get in here and activate the scene and configure it from here as well. And our kind of cards that we use for locations and regions and linked NPCs and the like, they've all moved to this kind of right click unlink. So if you're looking for a button that you expected there to be to remove an item or do something, it's probably moved to a right click. So that's pretty easy to jump on in. So even stuff like down here, just to free up a lot of real estate by removing the superfluous icons, you can now kind of right click and remove that sort of stuff. A big change to how the drop to scene works for NPC sheets that have linked actors. So here I've got an encounter here, which has got a linked encounter sheet, which has got several creatures within it. So if I right click here and go drop to scene, or from within here and click the drop to scene, you will note that it is dropping the creatures within the group, not the group itself. And this one here has got a formula for the number of creatures, which the drop to scene will roll. So it pulls that all out dynamically. We had a few other kind of little bits and pieces changes. So just stuff like when there's nothing in the prose mirror editor, it will collapse to like 0 height. Yeah, kind of lots of little tweaking around the edges. The map pin has been moved to below here, where you can go ahead and change that. It's no longer pulling in from the name of the sheet, so you can have a little bit more control over that. So if we drop to the scene, you'll see it's bringing in the 0-1, and that is of course dynamic. So if you change it, it will update the sheet. So that moves us on to kind of the GM tools and permissions. So if we jump on to this kind of customized tabs, you will notice down here that we've got this new hidden column, and this is hiding from the player. So if we jump over to the player's view and jump into Bartram's provisions, you'll note that they only have the inventory tab visible to them. And we could go ahead and change that to whatever we want, and you'll note that the new tabs appear for their view. You can also jump in and change the defaults as well. So you could have it so like the shop entries only show or show everything but journal and widgets, for example. and then that will kind of be the default behavior. And you can go ahead and override that as well if you want. But if we say give them permission to see Greenbriers, for example, let's go over here and choose Greenbriers and make that visible for the player. They will also get that, and you'll see that those tabs have been removed from the default options. And here you'll see they've brought it in, but you can go ahead and override that and it will pop up. Yeah, so that's kind of the main feature kind of updates and back end stuff to Campaign Codex. Big shout out to everyone on Discord and Patreon who's given feedback, jumped on the beta and helped out with this. Your feedback is invaluable. But do make sure to jump on Discord, Patreon. Let me know any features you like, any bugs, all that sort of thing. Thanks a lot.